Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach. So I saw Fantastic Four last night, and I don't even want to talk about it. Well, actually, that's not true. How do I say this without sounding very, I don't know, condescending, rude? I don't want to talk about it with you. I want to talk about it with my normie friends who haven't been completely poisoned by culture war. So I saw this. I loved it. Actually, just loved the entire movie. But while watching it, I felt like, well, you can see here Sue. She's doing she's using her power, so she kind of gesticulates. I felt like culture war was like encroaching upon me, and I kept having to like push it away. Just ignore the things I've heard and the things I knew I was going to hear when it's Pedro Pascal's and everything. It flop, blah, blah, like just the stupidest shit. So uh, they they did this weird thing where they compared the first Friday to the second Friday, which is always pretty much disastrous for everyone. Um, Over the course of the entire weekend, it was basically the average drop off for an MCU movie over the last few years, 60 something percent. I saw it in a very large theater that I wasn't really paying attention how many people were in the theater until until the end. And then I got up and I turned around. It's a massive IMAX theater. There was hundreds of people there on a very, very hot Sunday. It was one of those ones where like I got the tickets, I was all excited, and then I remembered like the showing, which was like seven something. It's Texas, it's summer, it's gonna be like it was just boiling driving there. And then I got to the parking lot, and for the entire theater, like there was barely anyone there at the time. I guess everyone showed up like 5 minutes later, but we all loved it. Everybody loved it. I talked to my normie friends who already saw it. They were hitting me up like every single day. They were sometimes hitting me up like multiple times in a day. It's like, have you seen it? It's like, no, it's lunchtime. 3 p.m. Have you seen it? Only 3 hours. Like, there was one showing in between. Like, give me a day or two. But absolutely loved it. I loved my favorite part. You know how people put you on the spot? What was your favorite part? My favorite part was when they were going up to space and then they opened up Herbie's face and he has a cassette for his programming and one of them is marked home and they took that one out and they put one in marked space. I love that so much because it's got like this retro futuristic where they've got like faster than light spacecraft, but Reed will still write on a chalkboard most of his equations. But you know, you hear about it beforehand, and I'm hearing about it from my normie friends, and they all like it. They're like, really good movie. They're like, everyone was kind of surprised that it was more of a sci-fi movie than a superhero movie, even though it's both. But it's like clearly in the sci-fi genre. That's why it's so funny to hear about superhero fatigue when like this is much more of a sci-fi movie. So we get the critical drinker here. It's time to accept that our culture has moved on from superhero. What's this wee shit, Kimosabi? I'm American. You're Scottish. Your culture is literally a speech impediment. Your culture is talking like this. It's time to accept that our culture has moved on from superheroes. There will always be a core audience, but the zeitgeist has shifted and the days of billion-dollar box office hauls are over. The only way to make them profitable now is to slash budgets by at least 50%. And that right there, so I saw this like right before I went to the movie. And then of course I'm trying to be very James Gunn, Superman kind about things, like not call people names, not insult them. But one of the things that I thought when the news came out that there was a drop for the second weekend and all these guys were crowing about it, is I thought to myself, they really needed this. These guys, these YouTubers, these whatever you call them, they really needed there to be a drop. And then my next thought was, that's so much meaner than if I would have just insulted them. Like, there is a group of men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who their whole life revolves around Disney movies, quote, failing or underperforming, according to them. It's the saddest waste of a life imaginable. And even sadder is that there's about 2 million, mostly American men who also like just desperately need this. So, I mean, the things they say are stupid. It's like, they have had over half a decade since Endgame, which I guess is to make another $1 billion movie, which for some reason Deadpool Wolverine doesn't count. Not sure when they are going to find this magic talent pool to produce good stories. I'm sorry, I'm doing the timeout thing. Are we saying that $1 billion movies are good stories, and if they don't make $1 billion, they aren't good stories? Therefore, by the transitive factor, you are a fan of Captain Marvel? Because it made $1 billion, that means it's good, right? That's how we decide art. It's a contest where if you make $1 billion, that means you're a good story. It's a good story, and if you don't, it's stupid. A bit of a chicken or the egg. 2 superhero movies that a lot of people said they liked are going to get beat by the 7th dinosaur movie. Okay, so this is just, again, one of the things that like I said, it's like I want to talk about this movie but not with you, is because like I can't have intelligent conversations. I say like, oh, I saw it. It's like Superman was better. It's like, it's not a foot race. Like, what is that? It's like, oh, I went to go visit my cousin Joey. Oh, my cousin Jimmy is better than your cousin Joey. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going into some weird, like I'm sure you could have AI make an image of this where there's like 2 movies in one theater and they're like tracking who looks, at which screen. I liked Superman. I saw it twice. I will probably see it a 3rd time in theaters. By the way, F1 is still in theaters. I thought I missed it. Very excited about seeing that. I thought it was gone. I missed seeing it in IMAX, but I can see it in theaters. I'm not a studio accountant. I enjoy art. So I can go see Superman, like it a lot, like it so much I want to see it multiple times, and then go see Fantastic Four in literally the same theater I saw Superman in, and like it in a different way as much. And the whole thing, like, they make up these weird rules, like, that since Jurassic Park movies aren't good, that they shouldn't make more money than superhero movies, except for this is dinosaurs, it's Jurassic Park. Every Mexican kid who has a birthday in the 2 months that this movie is in theaters is going to want to have his birthday party be going to go see this movie with his friends and his cousins and everything. It's gonna make $1 billion. It doesn't have to be good. So have I successfully decoupled $1 billion is how you determine if something is a good story. Not that it matters, because again, I'm not a studio accountant, neither are you, is that it looks like Fantastic Four is going to track, oh, that's the other tiresome. Now you got to do adjusted for inflation for everything. So yes, I literally went to an inflation calculator and put in the freaking box office of those 2 Fantastic Four movies with Chris Evans. I didn't look up the last one. And both of them ended up with like the modern equivalent of like 500 million, which looks like this one. Did anyone, like, Fantastic Four isn't that popular. I remember when I first got into like seriously collecting, they still had that, the world's greatest comics magazine, and it was like shit stories drawn by Keith Pollard. Like, there's a limit on Fantastic Four. Yeah, maybe if you give it to Christopher Nolan, it'll do better, it'll be better, whatever. By the way, there's a movie called The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan, right? I thought he was making some movie about like helicopter pilots in LA. But they were calling that The Odyssey. So I'm very confused. But anyway, and then I was just, like I said, I'm watching this movie and I'm like Sue, I'm like pushing, like psychically, telekinetically, psionically, like trying to push away culture war so I can just enjoy this very good movie. And I'm just thinking about how like even like people I trust in this sphere, like when they were talking about it, their words were like describing a good movie, but their attitude was just like, I just saw Fantastic Four. And I think it's this culture war wet blanket, that's just this, whatever it is. I've referred to it as cultural glaucoma. It's like nobody can see anything clearly. It's through this lens of Pedro Pascal's and everything. Kevin Feige said this. This person said this. Do you remember when this said this? It's like, oh my God, I hate all of you so much. Normie friends are where it's at. They will literally say like, hey, I saw it. It sucked. It was pretty cool. Hey, have you seen it? Let's go see it together. Like, that's it. You really need to, if you want to enjoy movies, completely divorce yourself from all culture war, even your quote-unquote friends in the culture war. It just needs to be, you just need to push it back, just like Sue. You just need to push it back. It's like, no! The funny thing is that they got the, he's in, the funny thing is, I almost said it, he's in everything. He's in The Naked Gun. He's Mole Man in this movie. He's in a lot of stuff because he's a very good actor. I can't remember his name. He's like a chubby guy. And then I found out he was in he was a juggalo in an episode of It's Always Sunny from like way back when. But yeah, so this cultural glaucoma is making it impossible for people to see this movie clearly. So open your eyes. I don't know. It's frustrating. I mean, I've said the answer. The answer is you got to completely divorce yourself from culture war, even the people you like. If you want to be able to enjoy movies, enjoy streaming shows, enjoy video games, enjoy whatever, comics. Imagine that. Because it's too much pressure. It's too much fogging of the lens, the lens of your mind, it's not funny, it's not fun. It's they always do this bit where they're like, even with like comics, like I don't want to talk about it. So like I I showed this image by Dan Panosian, really awesome Punisher. This is like 11 days ago. I was like, here it is. Get excited or get the fuck out. There are plenty of YouTube channels for middle-aged sad sacks who hate everything. And you know how it is, kind of peters out. 9 days, like no comments. And then a guy yesterday is like, did they ever undo the messed up changes to Frank's backstory? Maria Castle, though? Like, I'm not going to mindlessly pretend that never happened and consume for the sake of it. They're going to have to admit that Jason Aaron is an idiot and the changes were a mistake before I'd even consider giving them money again. Oh my God. What is that phrase? Get off of the cross, we need the wood. Like, it is so far beyond any kind of a normal reaction. This is cool ass art of a character owned by a corporation, or at least the copyright for the next, 70 years. And this is, you can take it or leave it, but how are they supposed to do that? Are they supposed to call like a press conference? Like, can they just can they record? They got that little set that they do promotional videos on. Do they record it there? Or do you expect this in person? Should they make a trip to the house of every miserable middle-aged man and personally apologize? Like, are they going to tap the microphone? Hello, this is Tom Brevoort. I'd like to personally and professionally, as a representative of both Marvel and DC or Disney, say that Jason Aaron is an idiot, and the changes we made were a mistake. And we hope that one day you will eventually... Again, James Gunn Superman, James Gunn Superman, James Gunn Superman. They need this so much. God, that was mean. That's so much meaner than just calling them names. Yeah, like the nice guys. I still follow people. I still watch their reviews. Very few, like 3. I watch like 3 channels, and even people I like. They're like, "Did you see it?" I'm like, "Oh God." I want to say no, even though I did. I want to just lie and say like, "Oh, I don't know," because like I can't have a conversation. It always gets steered toward Kevin Feige or like accounting or just stupid pop. Pedro Pascal's and everything. Okay. We're having this stupid ass conversation at 9:30 in the morning. Not that there's any good time to have that stupid ass conversation, but yeah, like that 50% line from Drinker. There's like these great sets in Fantastic Four. These like massive sets. And they looked like they were real. They might have been that, what is it called, volume, but I think they were actual real sets that were built. So should the set have been half as big? Because, Q3 deliverables. This is I don't give a fuck. Double those budgets. I don't give a fuck. They'll find the money. Somehow, they'll find the money. Divorce yourself from all of pop culture, even the people you like. And I mean, you got to have those fake conversations you have with like doormen, and receptionists, where you're talking, but there's like zero brain activity. So they're like, "Did you see Fantastic Four?" You're like, "Oh yeah, I saw it." They're like, "Pedro Pascal's in everything." It's like, "Yeah, he's in everything." And then you like walk 30 paces and you're like, "Did I say that or imagine it?" Just like nothing. You can't talk to them. It's over. They're poisoned. I haven't really seen. I've seen people say the words of they are ignoring that, but I mean it's an active thing because it's millions of people saying the same stupid shit from a few thought leaders who. God, I watched this anime. I think it was it was on Disney. Predator, Killer of Killers, anthology about the Predator franchise, and like I'm watching, I'm like, I think I remember Drinker did a review of this, so I watched the whole thing, but I couldn't remember what he said. I just remember he talked about it. So his opinion didn't really encroach because I didn't remember what it was. And then I watched his review of it, and it was crazy because he actually saw the movie. Like he was describing it accurately, in detail, which is very rare because he mostly just fakes reviews. So I was like, what the hell? It was the craziest thing. And we actually agreed on it. Basically, he said that there's 3 individual stories, and then everyone teams up at the end for a 4th story. The first 2 stories, the Viking one and the Ninja one, are actually really cool. Mainly just a bunch of action. The one with the pilot, it was fun, but it was crazy. It broke immersion because it was so silly. And then when they all team up at the end, that part really doesn't work because they basically go against all the rules of the franchise established. Like even if you win, you still lose, and they just make you rematch forever until you lose. It's like, but it was so weird. Like, holy shit, Drinker actually watched something that he reviewed. That's crazy, and it's a totally different experience. Like, every single part of it is different because he doesn't have to lie or rely on like friends paraphrasing it. Like he can just remember what he saw. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, like even, jeez, this is like, Zach, ignore everyone. Also, Zach, listen to me. Nope. Ignore me as well. Just don't ignore me about the part about ignoring me. If that makes sense. Ignore everyone. Listen to your normie friends. Listen to yourself. It's really your only hope for enjoying anything these days. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.